As regarding laws of nature, we would analyze Hobbes' own view in his Leviathan regarding laws of nature. To Hobbes, natural right means simply the liberty possessed by every man of doing what seems best for preservation of his existence. By a right of nature, every man has a claim to whatever will satisfy any of his desires. The natural law is a body of principles which reason desires for making life secure. So, Hobbes, in his own words, says a law of nature is a percept or general rule found out by reason, by which a man is forbidden to do what which is obstructive of his life or takes away the means of preserving the same. From the conception of law of nature, it follows that it is meant to seek peace and avoid war. But this is only possible when all abandon their natural rights. Hobbes says that there are 19 laws of nature concerning the doctrine of civil society. Of these 19, 9 laws are most important, and these are, in the very words of Hobbes, men are commanded to endeavor peace so far as they have the hope of obtaining it. When they cannot obtain it, they may seek this help of war and use its advantages. And the second law is that a man is willing when others are so too, as forth as peace and defense of himself. He shall think it necessary to lay down this right to all things and be contented with so much liberty against other men as he would allow other men against himself. And the third law, that of laws of nature, is man keep the covenants they make. And the fourth one, at the entrance into conditions of peace, no man requires to reserve to himself any right which is not content should be reserved to every one of the rest. And the fifth law that we have chosen out of Hobbes' 19 laws is that all men that mediate peace be allowed safe conduct. And the sixth law is that such things as cannot be divided be enjoyed in common, if it can be, and if the quantity of the thing permit, without stint, otherwise proportionably to the number of them that have right. And the seventh law of nature, that is, every man strives to accommodate himself to the rest. And the eighth law, that is, caution of the future time, a man ought to pardon the offences past of them that repenting desire it. And the ninth law, that is the law of nature, as provided by Hobbes, is retribution of evil for evil. So, commenting on these natural laws, Professor George Savine, in his History of Modern Political Theory, exactly express that they are at once the principles of perfect prudence and that of social morality, and hence they make possible the slip from the psychological motives of individual action to the precepts and values of civilized law and morality. And as Professor Bagan has commented on Hobbes' conception of natural law as a fatal defect is to be found of treatment of the law of nature in two different or rather contradictory senses, which he gives to this cardinal conception. For him, this law of nature stands on the one hand for a brute instinct, on the other hand for a moral ideal. And Professor Dr. C.L. Weber, in his political thought, observes that they are not natural laws with the same connotation as they were in the Middle Ages, that is, with the assumption that they constitute the substance of eternal justice. In Hobbes' case, natural laws are only counsels of prudence. They do not imply anything like common good. They only seek to bring into being those circumstances necessary to fulfill each individual good. So, as we found that when his object is to prove the misery of the state of nature and the consequent interest which all must find in escaping from it, then the law of nature is assumed to be brute force, qualified only or rather still further by treachery and fraud, when on the other hand it suits his purpose to supplant the blind and therefore uncalculating and incalculable workings, passion, and selfishness by presumably more discerning and therefore more calculable promptings of reason and duty, then it is a very different story than the natural man who this moment before was a mere animal with no thought but of self interest, with no power of concerning, much less of recognizing duty, suddenly becomes aware that he is bound by a whole network of duties, hold fast by a long claim of moral obligations. Then such is the virtue of this inner light. It suddenly becomes the command both of God and nature, that whatever his thirst for war, whatever his delight in force and fraud, he should bridle all such appetites and renounce all such habits, that he should change war for peace, that he should make a solemn contract to this end with his inveterate enemies, above all, that the covenant or contract thus made should for all times be religiously observed. So, This should be the correct observation and conclusion on Hobbes' theory of law of nature. So, here we want to conclude about Hobbes' Leviathan, which covers almost all subjects starting from human nature, laws of nature, the state of nature, and the origin of state and the social contract and the theory of sovereignty.